Our next sauce, we're going to make a veloute sauce. To start off, we're going to boil our white stock. You can use either a veal stock, chicken stock, or fish stock. In this case, I'm using a homemade chicken stock. Now, once that has come up to a boil, we're going to whisk in our white roux. I'm going to whisk that in just to get rid of all of the lumps. Now, once again, remember that as this sauce simmers, the roux will make it thicker. This is a very easy sauce to make, and it's the base for a lot of other sauces, and I'm going to show you one as soon as we're done making this. Now we're going to let this sauce simmer for about 30, maybe 45 minutes. At this point you can add some salt and some white pepper if you wish. And you can also add some other aromatics like some rosemary and thyme. But one of the key elements in preparing this sauce is after it's done simmering is to strain it out through a cheesecloth so that it has a nice smooth texture. My sauce has simmered for about 40 minutes. It's at a very good consistency. Let's give it the spoon test. And you can see it definitely coats the back of the spoon. Now we're going to turn this leading sauce into a piccata sauce for chicken piccata. And what I'm going to do is just a little bit of this sauce. And I like to put in just a bit of butter, and that butter is going to liven up the taste a bit. Also going to make a nice sheen to our sauce. Whisk that in. I'm going to add the juice of about a half a lemon. A tad of lemon zest. Some fresh thyme. And finally, some capers. You can go ahead and adjust seasonings to taste. I'm going to let this simmer for another 10 to 15 minutes. For our tomato sauce, I have some olive oil, butter, mirepoix, which is diced up carrot, celery, and onion, some minced garlic, and tomatoes. I've used canned tomatoes, Italian whole plum tomatoes, but I pureed them up just so they'll cook down a little bit better. To start off with, we're going to add some olive oil to our pan. Along with a little bit of the butter. To this we're going to add our carrots. We're going to add our onions, carrots, and celery. And we're going to let that sweat down just for a couple of minutes. Now we're going to add our minced garlic. And we're going to let that cook in and sweat down too, so everything is translucent. We definitely don't want anything to burn, especially our garlic. That'll make our sauce very, very bitter. As you can see, the next stage is to add our tomatoes. Give that a quick stir. Some salt and some cracked pepper. At this stage you can also add some other spices and seasonings such as basil or some rosemary, thyme, maybe a bay leaf. I am not going to do that since I'm going to use this sauce for a variety of different other small sauces, and I prefer to add those seasonings and spices at that time. Now I'm going to let this simmer for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and at that point I'm actually going to puree it up again to make a thick sauce so I can incorporate all that mirepoix. And here's my finished tomato sauce. It has a deep red tomato color, and I just can't wait to turn it into a marinara or a meat sauce for Sunday dinner.